Picture this, a traffic jam so huge, so predictable, that it's basically a national holiday in itself. An event where millions and millions of people get in their cars, knowing they're about to drive straight into hours of gridlock, turning entire highways into parking lots. Well, this isn't a disaster movie. This is a real thing that happens in South Korea every single fall. So the big question is, why? Why on earth would a huge chunk of a country's population choose to go through this? Because, and this is the key, this isn't some accident or a massive failure of infrastructure. It is a choice, a deliberate pilgrimage that millions of people decide to make, all at the same time. And we're not talking about just a little bit of extra traffic. The commitment here is absolutely staggering. A drive that should take, a few hours can easily stretch to over 10 hours. We're talking a full day, sometimes even more, just inching along a highway. So what could possibly be worth this kind of incredible test of patience? Well, to understand the why, we first have to wrap our heads around the what. And what this is, it's nothing short of a modern-day Great Migration. I mean, just look at these numbers. They're wild. A trip from Seoul down to the southern city of Busan, it more than doubles. The drive to Gwangju, same story. And this isn't just one or two backed-up highways. We're talking about the entire national road network slowing down to a crawl. So yeah, this is way, way more than your typical holiday traffic. It's a massive, perfectly synchronized movement of people, a true exodus from the big cities like Seoul, with everyone fanning out to literally every corner of the country, all at the exact same time. So what's the driving force behind this incredible annual journey? It all comes down to one of the most important holidays in the entire Korean calendar, Chuseok. Okay, so what exactly is Chuseok? Well, at its core, it's a huge harvest festival. It's celebrated under the full harvest moon, and it's really a time to give thanks for all the good food and the hard work that went into growing it. Now, if you're not familiar with it, probably the closest comparison is American Thanksgiving. I mean, they both celebrate the harvest, and they're both all about getting the family together. But Chuseok has this other really unique and powerful layer, a deep, formal focus on honoring your ancestors. And that part, well, that changes everything. Because this journey isn't just about going to your parents' house for a nice meal. It's about something much deeper. It's about the cultural meaning of home itself. That long, long drive isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's really seen as a journey back in time, back to where you came from, to your family's history, to your own identity. It's a true return to your roots. So what you have is this really powerful blend of love and duty. People make this trip to see their parents and relatives, for sure, but it's also to share a huge feast, to visit the town their family is originally from, and maybe most importantly, to formally pay respect to all the generations that came before them. So after all those hours stuck on the road, what actually happens when everyone finally gets there? Well, that's when this beautiful, complex dance of rituals and reunions really gets started. Right at the very center of the celebration is a ceremony called charie. Families prepare this absolutely elaborate table of food with freshly harvested rice, fruits, all kinds of special dishes. The food is all set up in a very specific order as an offering, and then the family members bow deeply in front of it to show gratitude to the spirits of their ancestors. And you can see that the family feast and these ancestral rites are the absolute heart of the holiday. They make up most of the time people spend together. But of course, there are other traditions too, like sharing special foods and playing old-school folk games that are a huge part of the fun. And oh, you can't possibly talk about Chuseok without talking about songbyeon. They're these little half-moon-shaped rice cakes, and they're usually filled with something sweet, like sesame seeds or beans. Families traditionally make them all together the night before Chuseok. And that beautiful shape isn't just for looks, it actually symbolizes a bright and prosperous future. But like any tradition that's been around for a long time, especially in a world that changes so fast, Chuseok isn't stuck in the past. It's a tradition that's definitely on the move. And you can actually see how things are starting to shift. I mean, visiting the family hometown is still by far the main thing people do, but you're starting to see more and more people, especially in the younger generations, using that long holiday weekend to take a little vacation or to just stay home and get some rest. And this brings us right back to where we started, with that unbelievable traffic jam. It is so easy to just look at it and see a massive headache, right? A huge problem. But that's kind of missing the whole point. That traffic isn't a problem that needs to be solved. It's the physical proof of a culture's incredible commitment to family, to history. It's a sign that this tradition is still deeply, profoundly alive. At the end of the day, this whole story is about something universal. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What journeys, what rituals, what traditions are so important that they connect your family across all the miles and all the years?